Alright everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be making tennis rackets. So today we're going to be combining some modeling and some modifiers and some UV mapping to get this as an end product. So let's begin. Alright, let's begin by opening a new file. Right here I have a new file open. And let's just hide our camera and our lights. You can always unhide it when you're gonna use it later, but in this video we're probably not gonna use it. So anyways, go to top view, shift A, add a reference image, and we're gonna use an image that image of a tennis racket that I found. You can find others that you like if you want, but today we're gonna use this one. And if you want to use the same one that I'm using here as well, you can go check the link in the description. There should be a Google Drive for you to look. Anyways, let's go turn on the X-ray mode right here. There's gonna be two squares on top of each other. If you click on it, it will make your objects transparent and you can see through things now. So now, sometimes when you add in a reference image, it's gonna kind of be in the wrong position, so we're just gonna try to put it in the middle right here, and this should be good enough. So now let's look in the top view again and select your cube and start moving it like this, scaling it, shift Y, scaling it Y. We're just gonna scale it and stuff and then kind of move it here. Make sure you scale it shift Y. You can just scale it normally, but I prefer the other way. Anyways, let's go into face select and select this face, this part right here, and we're just gonna press E to extrude it, scale, maybe adjust it a little bit, extrude, scale, extrude, and scale. So we're just gonna try to keep the detail as low as possible, as needed. We don't need that much detail. Okay, let's select this face now, extrude, scale, extrude, extrude, scale. And now we're gonna make the part where it branches off. So let's just extrude this first and then scale it on the X. Make sure it's on the X, okay? So it's about like this. Scale it on the X, and now let's loop cut it in the middle like this. And now we're gonna turn off our X-ray mode and then just select it in a loop like this. And then select this other half. Since we're not gonna use it, just select the whole other half and delete faces. So now we only have this half. And there we go. So now let's select this face, go back to top view, extrude, and then we're just gonna move it, rotate it, scale it, extrude, extrude, adjust it, maybe move it, rotate it, kind of like this. Now this is the important part. You wanna put a loop cut right here, and then select this this edge. And oh wait, you want to loop cut one more time and then select the other edge. There's two edges on top of each other when you do that, and what you want to do is maybe GG a little bit like that, and then you can move it G. Okay, there we go. So you just press G and kind of move it like this, and that should be good enough to go to this middle part for later. But now we're gonna go through the bracket like this. So just kind of extrude it and kind of repeat the same thing, rotate, G, and stuff. Now, as usual, try to keep it as simple as possible. As long as it doesn't look like a square, you're good. Since we are gonna do the subdivision surface later, so we don't really require that much poly. So you can turn on X-ray mode if you accidentally loop cut and you can't select the face. But anyways, let's continue. Did this one wrong. Let me fix it. And there we go. So you want to do it up to halfway, about like this, and you should be good. So now let's do this part where we left off. So you just select this face right here, top view, extrude GY. So now let's scale it, rotate it. Okay, we're gonna adjust it. Maybe loop cut right here if you want. Okay, looking good. I'm gonna select this face again. Extrude, put it in the middle. Right there. Good. This is perfect. This is what we're looking for. So now you might be wondering why we only did half of it. Because we can just select it and add a mirror modifier right here. So now it would be mirroring. So now before we continue, let's move this closer to each other more, because it's not really touching. If it's on top of each other like this, if your one is on top of each other, then you just gotta move it out. Okay, about this much is good, and then you can apply the mirror. But yeah, you can apply the mirror, but before we do that, let's set this to like 0.1 maybe, and then apply it so that when it's done, it would be merged. If it isn't merged, then you might want to add a weld modifier, adjust it a little bit, and then apply. But when you got it correctly, it should be merged. Okay, so now you can do the subdivision surface. I feel like this part is kind of skinny and it's just not what we're looking for, so you can select it and then scale it on the Z to make it thicker. Now I think right here is kind of not flat. As you can see, it's kind of poking down. So what you can do is scale it on the Z by 0, and bam, this one as well, scale on the Z by 0, and there we go. Now let's increase the viewport level a little bit, and then you can shade smooth. So now let's put this texture on top of this bracket. So you can just go to material preview, go to the material properties right here, click on this yellow dot next to base color, and then select image texture, open, and then go to wherever you saved the same reference image that we're using. My one is right here. Open it up, and it would look something like this. It wouldn't load up and perfectly be on top. So now what we're gonna do is go to the UV editing panel, and then what we're gonna do is select all, look from the top again, and press U, project from view. So now you can press A, scale it, and just put it in place. Now this is like enough. For most people this is good, but look at this. This is unacceptable. There is white on the side and some weird lines. So as the perfectionist, I will fix the problem by basically we're just gonna drag and select the whole thing, move it and kind of make sure it stays in place. So like these one as well. If it doesn't fit, you can always scale it like this, scale. So like, as you can see, like this one, scale, scale. So yeah, go ahead. This might take a while. It depends on how perfect your UV mapping is. So if you get something like this, you can always scale it bigger or something. Overall, just adjust its size for it to fit in the thing. So right here like this, we can move it. Aha, right here. We can scale it down. Wait, why isn't it selecting? Huh? Oh, there we go. Okay, now let's do over here. We got some mess to fix up right here. Okay, scale. You don't always need to scale it, you can also move it around. Whatever makes it look better. Now if you want to see this be in action, like seriously, you can go up here, scroll, and go to like material preview, and you can kind of see what's going on. But anyways, let's continue. Right here, you can kind of see it stitching the whole thing right here while you're doing it. Pretty satisfying, I guess. Okay. Okay, let's go. The final one. Maybe move this. Okay, so we have that last area left. Okay, right here. Right here. And overall, we have it fixed, but I think there's a problem right here a little bit. But don't worry, it's just the reflection in the reference image. No big deal. I actually feel like this right here is too pointy. Okay. Oh wait, actually never mind. Okay. So now you can go back to layout. Appreciate your racket. To be honest, this looks too pointy than it should be. Let me move it. Okay, much better. So now let's make the net thingy. So just add a plane, scale it. Maybe not. Let's move it in the middle first and then scale it. Okay, much better. Okay. So now look from top view, go into solid mode, turn on X-ray, select your plane that you just added, tab into edit mode, and if you just wanted to make it like kind of dull, you can just loop cut a bunch of times right here. Bam, 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 bam. Click, and then you're done. But I, again, as a perfectionist, we can do it one by one, precisely put it in place. So kind of select it like this, slide it down, click. It shouldn't take that long unless your accuracy at like your aim is bad, but it shouldn't be that hard. it might be time consuming for some of you guys. I don't know, it just shows how much effort people take to make the real tennis racket for us to play. Okay, let's loop cut again and again, and then you can do it for the vertical to the side like that. Okay, let's keep going. The vertical seems to be more, it has more lines. I don't know, maybe not, but I feel like, yeah. Okay, so now that we got the whole thing chopped out like this, you're gonna be wondering, so what now? How is this gonna make a net? Now, some of you guys, if you're watching this to see if, like, how I can do it or something, you already know. We're gonna use the wireframe modifier right here. So now, I think this is too thick, so we can lower the thickness for the wireframe modifier, maybe like 0.01. Looking much better. You can also look from top view to compare 0.005. Okay, this might be better. Okay, I think actually that looks too skinny. 0.008. Okay, much better. So now you're gonna be wondering how we're gonna remove this excess of the back. So simply just go into edit mode, use a knife tool, and again, this might be tedious, but stay with me. So now all you want to do is try to keep it at the middle as much as possible. As long as the line doesn't go outside of this outline of the racket, you're fine. It won't be that ugly and it won't be visible. Just don't have any lines peeking out or something. Have it look good. Okay. Bam. So after you're done, you can just press 3, select it like this. Make sure you don't accidentally select the inside. One thing you can do to fix this is you can turn on X-ray, which there will be like these dots, and you don't need to worry as long as you don't touch the black dots. It won't be selected, so it's kind of more easier to do. So you can kind of do that. Okay, let's select here. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so now you can go back to material preview, turn off the X-ray, and then you can change the color of the material right here. So I'm gonna make it black with slightly less roughness, but kind of specular. And I can see there is a piece poking out right here, so I can delete it. So now, there we go. Perfect. So now you can delete the reference image, and now we need to apply all the modifiers. So select your net thing, Control A, your racket, Control A, and then you can join it. Now you might be asking why we need to apply it, because if we don't apply the subdivision surface modifier, it will be subdivision surfacing our net. But now on the first look, it might not be that bad, right? Okay, let me give you an example. As you can see, it looks like this. Now I have not been able to find a solution yet, but after I find it, I will bring it to you immediately. So yeah. So now you can rotate it on the X 90 degrees, kind of put it in the middle. Set up whatever you want, do whatever you want with this. This should be the end of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot of perfectionist stuff. Now if you guys think I missed something, if you guys know like something that I could have done, or like you think I did something wrong, yeah, please leave a comment. I really want to know. And if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if you could, please subscribe. Bye bye.